Welcome to a surprise podcast episode. It is literally 3 a.m. and I felt like yapping, so I'm gonna yap. I know I'm supposed to be on a break. I know I made a video earlier this month, but I don't know. I just kind of felt like reconnecting and letting you guys know what's going on with me. What have I been doing? What have I been drawing? How's working on the D&D video? How's my break going? And so I'm just going to talk about all of that, and in the background I'm going to be drawing some Sydney because I felt like I haven't drawn her in a while. I realized that I have so many stickers of Zabella in all of Zabella's outfits, but Sydney is kind of like almost the mascot of my brand, of my artiste branding. She's kind of my main OC, and I don't have like a lot of stickers of her, like not even of her official outfit with her yellow top. So I wanted to try and make some art of Sydney that I could probably turn into stickers just cuz. All right, hello. Lauren from the future here. So this video was supposed to have a sponsor, but it didn't quite work out yet. And I had to cut out a lot of audio, so here I am from the future to deliver a few extra minutes of yapping. And what I was drawing for this video actually changed also. So I said previously that I was just gonna draw Sydney in whatever outfits I could draw her in and turn them into stickers. Well, it's still kind of the same, but it turned from just regular schmegular outfits to a Halloween outfit because it's October now. That's how much time has passed since I recorded the initial audio. It's been like 2 weeks. Okay. Basically, the plan that I had with what I'm drawing in this video is I wanted to take my previous Halloween designs and kind of cycle them through the OCs. So like Jules was a vampire, Sydney was a witch, and then Zabella is a ghost. And so I was like, what if I cycled those costumes and let them have their own iterations of like vampire or ghost or witch? And so this year, my October goal is to draw Jules as a witch, Zabella as a vampire, and lastly, Sydney as a ghost. And so that is what I'm doing in this video, turning her into a ghost or just making a ghost costume for her. And you'll see later on that I start sketching, and then I always do this. I always like come up with more than one idea cuz my brain has concepts or whatever that I like to explore. But then my problem is that I can never choose between them. I'm so bad at choosing between them. And so I took a screenshot of this sketch and then I posted it on Twitter. I asked my friends, and it was pretty much split like even, you know? And so I was like, ¿Por qué no los dos? You know, like why not both? And so in this video, I'm gonna just render both of them because I couldn't choose between the designs. And I think it turned out really cute. It matches what Sydney is all about. It's still colorful, but I think it still matches the vibes of a ghost and Sydney at the same time. And I'm going to be turning it into a sticker eventually, once I draw the other two. And so, yeah, that is my message delivery from the future. I can't wait for you guys to see the finished product in this video. Now back to past me. I'm just going to start yapping. So I was thinking, like, I don't really have a name for this podcast. I started out calling it Draw With Me Podcast Edition, but I don't know, that was like really long. It doesn't, like who's gonna say all that? And it was making the video title was really long and I was like, I don't know, like it's not giving. And so I changed it to drawing and talking. And so like the video title format would be like blah 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 topic, drawing and talking number 7 or number 8. But then it just doesn't feel like iconic or memorable. And so I, like I went on community tab, I went on Twitter and I was like, what should I name my podcast? Because like, I was looking at other artist podcasts. I think there was Artcast, and then there was Draftsman, and they're just like such cool names. And obviously the artist podcast is taken. I don't know if I want to put like art in it in the name, because I want to give myself like leeway to talk about other topics that isn't just art, because that is kind of the purpose of this, is so that I could just yap whenever I feel like it about anything I want. And for some reason you guys like to listen to me yap. So I wanted to give it a name. My Discord server is called Lauren's Cottage, or like Lauren's Cottage, but that's not really a podcast name. And there's some good ones that I got on Twitter, or that people suggested on Twitter. Let me pull them up. My friend Cal said, "Hey oops," and then I like this one. There was fruit ayeoops, loop de oops, loop de oops, ayooping. That's all from Casual Cat on Twitter. All ayeoops. Ayeoopsies? Ooh, I just saw that right now. Ayeoopsies is... Ooh, I kind of like ayeoopsies. A yapping? Some of these are really good, but the problem is they sound good, but they look like ugly. Like, guys, I'm not gonna lie, okay? Like, ayeoops, it's a weird looking word, okay? It's a weird looking name, and it looks extra ugly when the A is capitalized and then everything else is lowercase. It kind of looks ugly that way. It only kind of looks a little bit nice when it's all lowercase or it's all uppercase. So the problem with these like cute ayeoops names, like play on ayeoops for podcasts, is that they sound nice, but then they don't look nice. And I also asked YouTube. Let me see what YouTube came up with. Ayeoops. Someone had the same idea on Twitter. ayeoopods, ayeoocast. It's a pretty hard name to kind of like make something out of. So a part of me also considers just not naming these like anything. Like maybe I shouldn't even label them as podcast. I don't know. Or maybe I'll just call them podcasts and just be boring. I kind of like, and this one I thought of myself, it's not from a suggestion, because it's almost a one-to-one like description of what these podcasts are. It's about me, myself, and art. At least I try to at least do something with art in it, because this is an art channel. But I mean, it's not that original. I don't know if someone has already taken it, but I kind of like it. Me, myself, and art. Number 8. Art exploration. Exploring art. It's kind of nice. Maybe this one. Me, myself, and art. I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, I guess at the end of the day, it's not that serious, right? Because I'm just yapping. But anyway, I guess the general and broad topic, my voice cracked. The general broad topic of this video is my art exploration recently, because I've been, even though I haven't been posting and I haven't been like making videos, I have been kind of stepping out of my comfort zone when it comes to what I do with art and the mediums that I am using. And so I'm going to be talking about that a lot, and I'm going to be talking a lot about what the heck has been going on with my D&D video, because I've been working on that for like, I don't know, half a year now, like at least 3 months, and it's like, oh my gosh, like I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm finally getting somewhere. Art exploration, exploring art. How have I done that during my break? And oh my god, my voice keeps cracking. Okay, so I live next to a train station, and the train is passing by at 4, it's almost 4 a.m. and there's a train passing by, and it's like, why? Why does it have to happen at the moment that I decide to yap at 4 a.m.? But hopefully it's not that audible. So, as you guys know, I have been taking a quote unquote break from YouTube in order to focus all my attention on working on my D&D video, my solo D&D campaign, Mistwind, which I have been creating visuals for and kind of storyboarding and animating to show you guys. And it's my current passion project, and I'm finally getting somewhere. And while working on that, I've kind of explored the tools that I have at my disposal that I can use to utilize that I can use to utilize that I can utilize in this project, and that I could use to like help me do this faster and easier. And so I've been dabbling, my voice gets cracking. And so I've been dabbling in 3D models. I've been using this to help myself draw backgrounds. Maybe some people will call it cheating, but you know, I know that I can draw backgrounds. It's just sometimes I don't want to think about it. And even though I can draw backgrounds, I can draw perspective, it's still kind of hard for me to grasp the space that I am drawing and where things are in that space, like where furniture is, where objects are, how big they are, what size they are, like what, you know, if the scale is exactly the way I want it. And I get like really particular about that stuff. And so I started to go into Sims, and I literally modeled the house of my character in Sims so that I could fully visualize it. I can map out the rooms and stuff. And I was downloading so many furniture mods. Felix Andre on Sims 4 has some amazing like historical furniture mods, and that was like my saving grace. Shout out to Felix Andre. They have a Patreon, and also their friend Harry, who reskins some of their stuff, and I think also 3D models. And I think they like make all the 3D models and then they texture them too. And they're so good. It's just like it's so in theme with what I needed. And so I was downloading like all those mods, and there's a lot. I mean, like this person gets to work. You know, I hope they get paid big bucks on their Patreon. I was like getting so excited just like making these rooms, and I was doing research on like how townhomes work and you know, their architecture and kind of like the skeleton of them, and that was kind of a little hard to do because research is never fun. But I did like enough research to kind of be comfortable making my own townhome and messing around with it. And at the same time, I also wanted to make the house elven because it is D&D, and so I wanted to add some D&D flair to it. So I did that in Sims. I placed the furniture and stuff, and my original plan was to just go into Sims and then like free camera mode and take screenshots for the shots that I wanted, and then just like lightly trace over that or sketch over it for the backgrounds in my storyboards. But the free camera in Sims low-key sucks. Like it sucks. because it's locked to like whatever level that you're on, and like you're not really able to actually move around freely. And I'm like, okay, why is it called free camera if I can't actually move around freely? And there's a lot of limits to the camera. And so it was bothering me, and I was like hyperfixating on just getting these like 3D stuff perfect. And so I dove into the rabbit hole of exporting Sims 3D models and importing them into Blender. Guys, I literally spent like 4 hours exporting the 3D models that Felix Andre made and then putting them into Blender. And then I spent like another 4 hours building the house that I made, like building the skeleton for that exactly how it was in Sims, because there still isn't like a reliable way to export the actual house builds, like the lots in Sims, into Blender. So I had to make that in Blender and then, just use the exported kind of furniture pieces that I got from Felix Andre. And I recreated the thing that I built in Sims. I recreated it in Blender, and it took me like an entire week. So for an entire week, because I hyperfixated on getting these 3D models correct, I was just working in Blender instead of actually drawing, because I was just like, I was hyperfixating on this, and I'm like, oh, yeah, it's okay for me to spend so much time on this and so much effort on it because it's going to help me so much in drawing the backgrounds, right? But at the back of my head, I was doubting myself and being like, yeah, I'm just doing this because I want to do this, and it's not really going to help a lot. But I mean, I'm hoping it still helps a lot, because I'm really satisfied with how it turned out. And you guys will see, all right? You'll see how helpful it was in the end, because some of these backgrounds look real nice, all right? Even though they're just sketches, but hey, it's better than nothing. It's better than no visuals. But anyway, that is one aspect that I kind of explored art a little more, and I stepped out of my comfort zone, because even though I'd taken 3D modeling classes, I've learned Maya. The scope of what I've done with it is pretty much like homework or modeling characters. I've never really like set a 3D model project for myself and kind of like really used it. I've only done stuff for classes. And so I'm really proud of the way I did this, even though I didn't like individually model these pieces of furniture, and I exported them off of Sims mods made by Felix Andre. I still felt like really good about doing the work of putting them together and making these rooms, because it's like, it still makes me feel productive, like I still made the skeleton of the house. I'm still creating something. And I was like, wow, I kind of like learned Blender a little bit. And I even tried my hand at the donut tutorial, but then I looked at like the entire donut tutorial, and the whole donut tutorial is like 5 hours long once you put all like the parts of the videos together. And I'm just like, okay, I'm willing to spend 5 hours modeling this elven house townhouse for my D&D game. I'm not willing to spend 5 hours making and rendering a donut on Blender. I'm sorry. So I just like, I did the step of creating the donut and the icing, and then I kind of gave up because I was like, I'm not really that into it. So that's one way I explored. So I did some like dip my toes into 3D a little bit. Oh my god, the train is back. Why is the train here? It's 4 a.m. Go away. People are just sleeping, even though I'm not. But outside of 3D, I have also been learning a lot about how to storyboard. So like 3D, I've pretty much only storyboarded for my animation classes. Like I've never done it for myself because oh my god, this train. Anyway, I've kind of just like felt like it wasn't within my skills to storyboard. Like you guys have seen like those really amazing animatics that oh my god, the train's getting louder. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, I'm gonna wait until it's gone. I could still hear it, but I think the train is far enough away to not get caught in the camera. The camera? The mic. The audio. Okay, what am I saying? Okay. Anyway, what was I talking about? I was talking about storyboarding. Okay. So I didn't really storyboard for myself until now because the imposter syndrome prevented me. Because I always felt like I'm not good enough to do those really cool animatics or cool enough to animate, cool enough to storyboard. But I think watching other D&D shows and watching D&D animatics specifically and storyboards has really inspired me to just jump for it and just try it out to see if I could do it. Because my struggle before was that I thought to myself, okay, I can draw characters, I can draw faces, I can't draw backgrounds, or at least I wasn't confident enough in my perspective skills in order to draw the backgrounds that I wanted to draw. And also like I hadn't really drawn characters in all angles and stuff. And I'm like, oh, I've never animated, blah 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 blah. But the problem with that type of thinking where you keep thinking, oh, I'm not good enough. It's that if you keep thinking that way and then you never start, then you're never going to get good at it and you're never going to find out if you're actually capable of doing the thing that you're scared of. And so I was like, you know what? Whatever. I like D&D. I like doing this. I like playing this game. I like making these stories and characters and NPCs. And I want to share this with people. So what better way to share it with you guys than making videos of me yapping and having a storyboard in the background showing you what's happening. And so I was like, let's just do it, okay? I'm not that confident in my backgrounds, but I know I'm capable of doing it because I've taken a perspective class now. So I can 3D model to make it easier on myself, but I still have to use my drawing skills and use my perspective skills. And so I did that. And then, oh, I don't really know how to animate and how to structure shots and, camera angles and stuff, but that's fine. There's so many free tutorials on YouTube. I can reference movies, shows. I can reference how other artists approach their animatics and stuff. And it just, thinking of it that way, like thinking about what I can do to actually make this possible, it made it easier to push myself to actually do it, And so I was like, okay, this is working out. And so I just started to do it. And here I am now. I have around maybe 13 minutes out of, I think, 30 minutes visualized and done. Like I'm almost halfway through, And I am really, really, really proud of what I have done so far. And I'm just hoping that I could finish it within this year. But the work on it has like really slowed down and it's taken me this long because I am also a huge procrastinator. I have been also going on a journey during this break to find ways to stop myself from stalling work and procrastinating so much. And I forgot exactly where I saw the video. I forgot who created the video. But I saw like a reel or TikTok of a woman who was saying that like creative people, content creators, whatever kind of creator you are, dang, my voice keeps cracking. We tend to procrastinate a lot. on things that we have assigned for ourselves, like personal projects, sometimes it's not even for work. And we still procrastinate on it, whatever creative thing that we're trying to do. And we do that, we stall working on it because we're putting it on a pedestal. And, we're telling ourselves, ooh, that seems like really unapproachable to do. I'll do it later because what if I start working on it and it's not as good as I want it to be? Or what if I'm disappointed in my work? What if people don't like it? What if, But they were saying that we need to stop putting our work and our projects on pedestals because in reality, they do not need to be the level of perfect that we are expecting them to be. We just need to make them because the act of making them and working on them and finishing them is already an achievement in and of itself. And there is kind of like no use in worrying about the quality of a project that you're working on when you're not even working on it because you're too busy procrastinating about how perfect you want it to be. And so instead of working on it, you're just stuck thinking about it. And so I am kind of still in the process of trying to find my like workaround method to avoiding that type of procrastination because it's definitely easier said than done to just take that project off of a pedestal, especially when it's a passion project. It is like my current baby where I am like, this is something that I really, really want to be good. I want it to be amazing. And because the sole purpose of it is to share my D&D story with other people, to uh, visualize it for myself also, I want it to be good. But that is the type of thinking that is preventing me from working on it sometimes because I want it to be so good. And so I have to do a lot of like mental gymnastics to kind of like prepare myself to work on it. When in reality, I should just be working on it. And so that's something that I've been struggling with during my break. And it's why it's taking so long. It's why it took me 3 months to finish 10 minutes of the video. But, the first step of improving these things is self-awareness, and I'm aware of that problem now. And so I'm working on it. And some of the stuff that I've been doing is working, I guess, because what took me like 3 months to do, it took me 3 months to do 10 minutes, right? And I've done an extra 3 minutes in the span of like a week. And so that is a very heavy improvement in workflow and efficiency compared to the 3 months in, for 10 minutes. So I'm really looking forward to how this turns out, and I'm looking forward to working on it because there is like so many scenes already in this episode that I am visualizing so much, and I'm so excited to like work on it. It's kind of like it kind of reminds me of when people ask George R.R. Martin like if there was some scenes that like he wrote first. It kind of reminds me of how people ask authors like what their workflow is, and some authors write their things chronologically. They start from beginning to end, but some authors write scene to scene, and they jump around sometimes, and they just kind of write what they're excited about. And that's kind of me. That's kind of me whenever I write about anything. It's me whenever I work on videos, I guess. And so at the moment, I've been working chronologically on the video, but maybe it's time to jump around and just start working on the scenes that I have already like kind of fully visualized in my head and just start drawing them since I know exactly what I want to do for them. So that's what's happening with the video. Outside of the video, I've, been playing more D&D. I actually haven't done much for that solo campaign, but I have been playing D&D with my sister a lot. But I don't quite want to talk about that yet because I might dedicate an entire video about talking about that because that is also a campaign that I really like. It's about I guess a synopsis of it is, what if Cinderella's stepsisters were the main characters? You know, what if the two obnoxious, annoying stepsisters were the main characters and it was set in D&D with magic and stuff? And so that is me and my sister's characters. We are the annoying stepsisters, and it's pretty fun to be an annoying character, you know, to be obnoxious in a role-playing game. But I'm not going to talk about that anymore because I might like spoil some stuff. So for now, I'm going to pique your interest and leave you on a cliffhanger or whatever. So outside of Dungeons and Dragons and that video or in the game, I have also been working on my shop. Because if you guys didn't know, or if you forgot, I have a shop. I have a small business where I sell stickers, but I have definitely been slacking on that also. And so I haven't done a shop update like literally since last year. So I finally did one, and it was a very small one. I just released like a couple Zabella stickers. I improved my Sydney print. It's new and improved. Her face doesn't look weird anymore. I made some more Pokemon stickers, and then I made an otter sticker from Final Fantasy. So there's that. And goodness, like shop updates are so stressful for some reason. People make it look so easy, but marketing is a whole nother like aspect of owning a small business and being a content creator slash like social media artist that I just was not expecting to be so difficult. Like it is so difficult to market yourself because there is such a difference between marketing your art and like digital art, like what I'm usually doing, versus marketing like products, your own products like stickers and stuff. Because I'm like, oh god, like I have to make like reels because Instagram hates pictures, and that means I have to do some graphic design, and I am not a graphic design girly. I struggle with it so much. And so shop updates are like such like a stressful period of time. You know, I have to go to Etsy and make the listings, and I have to like SEO them up, and I have to like keyword them up, and it's just so much to do. But hey, that is the price for making some cute stickers. I also haven't really been posting art. If you follow me on Twitter or Instagram, you know that I am a very slow poster. I'm a very slow a drawer in general. I don't know. There's just something that feels very relieving about not having to post everything I draw, because I've actually been working on commissions also on the side. You know, because I'm not doing videos as much, that means I'm also not earning as much income from YouTube, so I'm trying to like make up for that with commissions, and I've just been doing sketch commissions, and I post some of them but not all of them. Sometimes I like to just keep it to myself, and it feels good to do that because there's so much pressure to post everything you draw and try to either monetize it or use it to like build your following and build your audience. But sometimes it's just nice to keep it to yourself and not post it on the internet, because my goodness, there is so much like artist burnout, you know? I don't know how other artists do it. Like they are like drawing machines. They just chug out these illustrations, these paintings, and they post all of them. They post their whips. They get like tens and thousands of likes. And I'm just like, how do you do it? Like, how the heck are you posting 3 whips in 1 week and then the next week 3 finished pieces? Like, I don't get it. Like, it's weird for me because once I get going in a drawing, I can really get going. Like, I can finish like a colored sketch in 30 minutes to an hour. But the difficult part for me is to be able to do that consistently every day, or at least like more than 3 times a week. because whenever I draw, I need a cool down. Okay, like if I draw like what I'm drawing in this video, once I finish drawing this, I'm just like, I'm not drawing anything else for the rest of the day. Maybe for the rest of the week, like I'm tired. like I don't even want to look at my drawing tablet for a couple days. So I'm like, how do these people do it? I get it. I'm an artist. I'm supposed to love what I do. I'm supposed to love drawing. And I do. I very much do, but sometimes I just don't want to do it. Like I just wish I had the speed that these people had, or the motivation to draw so much. So because like I feel like for being an artist, I actually don't draw as much as I should be. That is another thing to try and improve on another day, because for now I'm trying to get over the mental gymnastics of procrastination instead of motivation. Motivation is a whole nother topic that I will not be getting into in this yapping session. The last thing that I want to talk about is this turbulent relationship that I have with content creation, because it's tough, okay? It's tough out here being an artist on YouTube, or just being like just having a YouTube channel in general. Oh my god, my tummy keeps growling. So it's kind of distracting me. But wow, what's wrong with me tonight? Okay, so anyway, my relationship with my YouTube channel, it's been oscillating, wow, big word, between love and hate, okay? Because oh my god, my stomach. I started out loving it, having a lot of fun doing this, just yapping about whatever. And then the numbers started to grow, and that is when it became increasingly difficult to work on videos, because I went from just talking about whatever I wanted to in my draw with me's, and just doing whatever came to me at whatever moment in time, and following my interests. And it went from that to suddenly anxiety and worrying about what is going to get the views, what's going to make the numbers go up, and what do people want from me? What do you, the audience, want from me? Instead of what do I want for myself? What do I want to do? And because of that, as I started to make more and more videos with those worries and with that change in dynamic, I just really wasn't having fun with it anymore, and I think people notice. I think my viewers noticed it in my voice. They noticed it in what I was talking about. And in turn, those videos where I was actively trying to make stuff that I thought people wanted to see, they didn't get that, they didn't perform well as I expected them to be, because I just wasn't having fun, and no one wants to watch a creator who isn't having fun with what they're doing. And so taking this break has really helped me get back in touch with the fun part of being on this channel, and having the platform now to just yap like this whenever I want to. And I'm having fun again, okay? I hope you guys can hear it in my voice or whatever, but there's definitely improvement there, and I'm very, very happy about it, because old Lauren would not have just randomly started recording at 4 a.m. in the morning and talked for like 50 minutes, okay? Because I would have been stuck thinking, oh, what do I draw? What do people want to see? What's gonna make people click the thumbnail? But instead, here I am yapping because I felt like it, and mentioning my voice cracks every time they happen. And you know what? I don't even really remember what I talked about this entire time, but I feel satisfied with this yap session because I got a lot of things off my chest, and hopefully you guys enjoyed listening to it, you know? I've been reading some comments talking about how people enjoy my long form content, and this is where I started, just talking and for long periods of time, and it's fun. It's fun. I mean, why do you think I made a 3-hour long Percy Jackson recap? It's because I like to talk. I'm an introvert, but when I'm alone, oh boy, I like to talk. Anyway, I think my yapping battery has run out of battery because I don't know what else to talk about. My mind is going blank, and so I will end it at that. I don't know how the art in this video turned out because I'm recording this way before I even started it. But hopefully it's cute and I can turn it into stickers and some of you will want to buy it. Okay, so yeah, that's all for today. Goodbye.